Welcome to English Language Academy. My dog saved my life. You won't believe how. Chapter 1, A New Friend. When I first met Max, he was just a little ball of fur. I had always wanted a dog, and after months of searching, I finally found him at a local shelter. Max was a mixed breed with big brown eyes and floppy ears that made him look both adorable and a little silly. From the moment he licked my hand, I knew we were meant to be together. Life with Max was full of laughter and love. He was playful, energetic, and always by my side. Whether I was working at home, cooking, or just relaxing, Max was there. We went for walks every day, rain or shine, and I soon realized that he was more than just a pet. Max was my best friend. Chapter 2, A Routine Day, takes a turn. One chilly autumn evening, I decided to take Max for a walk through the nearby woods. It was our favorite place to explore, with tall trees, quiet paths, and a small hidden stream that Max loved to splash in. The sun was setting, casting long shadows, and a cool breeze made the leaves rustle around us. We walked deeper into the woods, enjoying the peaceful sounds of nature. I was lost in thought, and Max was happily sniffing around, following trails only he could sense. As the sky grew darker, I realized we had wandered farther than usual. It was time to head back, but just as I turned, I felt a strange pain in my chest. At first, I thought it was nothing. Maybe I had just twisted the wrong way or pulled a muscle. But the pain grew sharper and stronger, making it hard to breathe. My vision blurred, and a wave of dizziness hit me. I tried to steady myself, but my legs gave out, and I fell to the ground. Chapter 3, Max's Instinct. Max ran over to me, sensing that something was wrong. He nudged my face with his nose and whimpered, as if asking, "Are you okay?" I could barely keep my eyes open, and the pain in my chest felt like fire. I tried to call for help, but my voice was weak. Max didn't hesitate. He barked loudly, a deep, urgent sound that echoed through the quiet woods. Over and over he barked, his eyes wide with worry. Somehow he seemed to understand that I needed help, and he was determined to get it. But there was no one around. We were deep in the forest, and I feared no one would hear his cries. I felt myself slipping, my world turning dark. But Max didn't stop. He barked, and then he did something incredible. Chapter 4, Racing for Help. Max ran off into the woods, disappearing into the trees. For a moment, I felt alone and scared, but I knew Max wasn't abandoning me. He was going to find help. What I didn't know was that Max had run all the way back to the park entrance, where he saw a couple walking their own dog. Max barked and barked, running back and forth, trying to get their attention. The couple noticed him and thought he looked familiar. They had seen us at the park before. They knew Max, and they could see something was wrong. The woman crouched down and called Max over. "What's wrong, boy?" "Where's your owner?" she asked. Max barked again and started running back into the woods, looking over his shoulder to make sure they were following. The couple understood his urgency and decided to follow him, hoping they weren't too late. Chapter 5, Rescued just in time. By the time Max led the couple to me, I was barely conscious. I could hear voices, but they sounded far away. My chest hurt, and I felt so tired, but I tried to stay awake. The man knelt beside me, checking my pulse, while the woman called 911. Explaining that I was having some kind of emergency in the woods. It felt like forever, but soon I heard the sound of sirens in the distance. Paramedics arrived and quickly assessed my condition. They placed me on a stretcher and carefully carried me to the ambulance. Max stayed close, his eyes never leaving me, as if he was making sure I was safe. As we rode to the hospital, the paramedics told me that I was lucky Max had found help so quickly. I was having a heart attack, and without Max's quick actions, I might not have made it. Chapter 6, Recovery and Gratitude. After a few days in the hospital, I started to recover. The doctors told me that my heart attack had been severe, but thanks to Max, I was going to be okay. They were amazed by the story of how he had found help, calling him a hero. When I finally got to go home, Max was there, wagging his tail and licking my face as if he hadn't seen me in years. I hugged him tightly, tears in my eyes, grateful beyond words. Max had saved my life, and I knew I owed everything to him. From that day on, our bond was even stronger. Max was more than just a dog. He was my hero, my protector, and my best friend. Every day, I was reminded of how much he meant to me, and I made sure to show him all the love and care he deserved. Chapter 7. A life forever changed. Life returned to normal, but it felt different. I appreciated each day more, knowing how close I had come to losing it all. Max and I continued our walks, though we stayed closer to the main paths. I knew he would always be there for me, but I didn't want to risk another scare. Max became a local celebrity after our story spread. The couple who had helped us shared our story, and soon everyone in town knew about the brave dog who had saved his owner's life. People stopped us on our walks to pat Max's head and tell him how amazing he was. Max didn't care much for the attention. He was just happy to be by my side. Chapter 8. Looking forward. Years passed, and Max and I shared countless adventures together. He grew older, his fur turning gray, but his spirit remained as strong as ever. I knew that our time together wouldn't last forever, but I cherished every moment. I often thought back to that day in the woods, feeling thankful that Max had been there when I needed him most. I knew he had saved my life, and in a way he had also taught me how precious life was. Every day with Max was a gift, and I was determined to make the most of it. Max was more than just my dog, he was my hero. And as long as I lived, I would never forget the day my best friend saved my life. The end. Thanks for watching English Language Academy. Subscribe now.